Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming out here today. The news reaching our decks today is quite a shocking one. We all heard the breaking news over the weekend about Orji Kalu's release and the statement from the Supreme Court, how they nullified his convictions and all of that. And he thought that he's out and a retrial going to take place and all of that. But right now, it's taking a new twist. It's actually taking a new twist. We know a lot of Igbos and Biafrans, even Kanu, they were all rejoicing regarding the news from Supreme Court. But this is taking a new twist. Before we go straight into the news, and please, if you haven't yet subscribed to us, do click on the subscribe button down below and also do give us a thumbs up. So let's go straight into the news. We have no court order to release Orji Kalu. The Nigerian Correctional Service has said that it has not released a former Abia State Governor, Orji Kalu, from the Cøurt custodian facility because it had not received a warrant for his release from the Supreme Court. The NCO spokesman, Cøurt Njoku, said this in a reaction to reports that Kalu has been released from custody where he has been held for 5 months. Reports had indicated that the senator was released on Friday shortly after the Supreme Court voided his December conviction in a multi-billion naira corruption trial. The lawmaker was said to have moved to his residence in Asokoro, Abuja, after he was discharged from custody by the NCOs. But the NCO spokesman, Cøurt Njoku, confirmed to our correspondent on Saturday that the service had not received the court's judgment and a warrant for Kalu's release from the custodian center. He said, "We have not received any paper. The order was just made on Friday and we have to get the warrant of release from the Supreme Court. So maybe by Monday we'll get the paper, but we have no warrant to release him. The court's pronouncement is not enough to release him." Njoku insisted that the senator would remain in custody, adding that he would not be released until we get a warrant from the court. A Lagos division of the Federal High Court had last year found the former governor guilty of stealing 7.1 billion naira and sentenced him to 12 years imprisonment. But the Supreme Court, in its judgment, held that the trial court acted without jurisdiction when it convicted Kalu. His firm, Slok Nigeria Limited, and former Director of Finance in Abia State, Jones Odegu. So, my people, I told you that this one is a shocking one indeed. And it's all been speculating that he has gone home, or Kalu, Orji Uzo Kalu has gone home and everything. But right now, the Nigerian Correction Service, they've given their statement through their spokesman, Cøurt Njoku. They are saying that they haven't received any warrant from the Supreme Court. They admitted and they agreed that yes, they received the news. The news broke out on Friday about the nullification of the conviction and making it void and all of that. They heard the news as well, but they are saying now that that is not enough to let Uzo Kalu go. Meaning they are still holding him. They are waiting for the warrant to release him. This one is a serious one. And we know before now that even when that news broke out, EFCC came out and gave their own statement as well that they have their evidences. They are not letting this go easily, that they are still waiting for the retrial and they want the retrial to start quickly and they can't wait to get started at the retrial. But it looks things are not even playing along for Njoku at this time because he's still being heard, just as stated by the spokesman for the correction service, the Nigerian Correctional Service. He's stating that the former governor is still not out as speculated by others. But this is our country. How they do things is just an email away. This Supreme Court that passed this, that gave this verdict or that gave this announcement and nullified the conviction, it's not too difficult to pass the warrant for him to be released because they've stated it since Friday and he's still there. who maybe because of the coronavirus, the lockdown is just making things slow at the moment. We don't know, or if they have another motive. I don't think there should be another motive. They've given their words that they're going to do a retrial. Obviously, we all know that the Supreme Court didn't throw away the charges. The charges are still there. We know that the Lagos Division of the Federal High Court sometime last year, that was December, actually convicted, they sentenced him to 12 years. He was found guilty of stealing 7 point, that's a huge sum of money, my people, 7.1 billion from the state, from Abia State. And it was not just him, also his firm, a company he owns as a director, as well as Slock Nigerian Limited. And not just him alone, they also convicted the director of finance at the time of his tenure, the director of finance in the Abia State, the person of Jones Odegu. So we don't know what if EFCC is pressing any button. I don't know. I don't think they would still want to hold him down while they are carrying out the retrial. Maybe that's what they want to do. I'm not sure why they are still holding him, why the warrant has not been passed, if it's miscommunication or just misunderstanding somewhere along the line, or if it is actually the COVID-19 that is putting a halt, that is delaying some of the process. But it's just the start of the week. Today is just Tuesday, and we know it was just Friday here that news broke out that the court has nullified and ordered for his release. So we'll see how it goes. We'll be sure to bring you updates as soon as we get the update, if he's been let out, if the correctional center have agreed to let Uzo Kalu out. And they made it very clear that regardless of what we've heard in the news, regardless of the statement that the Supreme Court has given, we still cannot let him out without a warrant. I mean, that's a firm procedure. That's how things are meant to be done. They don't just do things based on a word of mouth. They need to document. They need documents as well to back that statement, signed copies and all of that. They need to document all of those things. I'm sure that's why they are still holding him back. So as soon as they get those documents and those evidences, documented evidences and everything, they will short let him go. And the trial, I know the retrial is still there, but if they still want to, it might be another way around. Those charges have been nullified, but he might still be held to start up a new trial. I don't know if they want to still hold him pending the new trial, or if he's free to go to his hometown and be coming to court and all of that. I don't really know how they want to do this one around, but I'm sure this Uzo Kalu is really looking forward to going home, because the news even came out that a lot of celebration, jubilation all around in his hometown, around his house. Uzo Kalu, we even actually thought that he was home, but now the news is breaking out that he's not in his house. He's still held in that Keju custodial facility. And so all of what we've been hearing, we know he gave a statement. He gave his own experience, his experience in the prison. He's done like 5 months down the line. 5 months, yes, he's done 5 months from December up to now. He's done 5 months already. Was meant to serve 12 years, but along the way, we don't know the buttons that were pressed, or if we're not really here to say that he's guilty. We're not the court though, but all we want is that justice will be served. If the retrial is carried again and it's found that he's guilty, he will sure get another sentence. And we know who's right behind this, who's supporting this. EFCC at first, they were the one interested in the case. They still have all their books in order, all their papers, everything. They still have everything together. So they will still carry on from where they stopped. It's just like starting afresh. Who knows whether in the meantime they've got more evidences to indict him more. We hope that that's not the case for him. Let everything go well. If he's guilty, let what needs to be done, let it be done. If he's not guilty, as well, let what needs to be done to him. Let it be. We hope that it's going to be a fair trial as well, and we're not going to hear stories this time that the judge that heard the case was not qualified. It was not constitutional. It was not under his jurisdiction and all of those grammars. So we hope that everything will go well this time. So people, that's the update reaching us at the moment. That's just the new twist to what we already know. So I want to say thank you once again to everyone that have subscribed. Please, if you haven't yet subscribed, click on the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Till I come your way again, is bye for now, and God bless.